Yo, 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 what's cracking, baby? What's happening out there tonight? I mean, we're going to be looking at a couple of shots here, and basically, we are looking at did Playdemic fix the force grates? Let's kind of look at something here. We'll go back to last night's stream, and believe it or not, we did 3 accounts. That's 27 holes, and we had 1 force grate. So did PD change something? I mean, obviously, if they did change something, they would not tell anybody, obviously. But I want to show you something. This happened on hole 2, and this was at the end. But basically, we experienced the force grate at the very end on hole 9, the second shot. Now, it was for an albatross, which we just made in the account before we played the Ice Kid one. And basically, we had it dialed in. So, we're looking to get an albie, but we got something that happened, and we want to take a look at it. But what I want you to notice here is this particular shot. This is an over power leaning perfect. So, bullseye's all shaking crazy, getting, all that. Look at there.
Big shot.
And it's a perfect. So the thing is, we know that over power leaning perfects are part of the game, and I think they should be a part of the game, right? So we're looking at that, and you say, well, does that look weird? I mean, is that something new? Let's see here. Let's go to this one. And it's not new, but it's something that we want to take a look at, because as we're sitting here looking at this, and let's get in there, because basically, what Megan has said. Megan said that we needed a device that we could get in there and look, and we just happen to have a S4 tablet. So as we see this, look at the right side of the arrow. It is directly center and vertical. So, and you say, well, that's interesting. It's a overpower leaning perfect. That's what we call that. That's what it is. It is the hardest to hit perfect. Why? Because you have the bullseye shaking, everything's moving real fast. The timing is there, and we've seen this before. We know what an overpower leaning perfect, and you have different variations. This is the orange one, right? So what's missing is what? The tip of the arrow being inside the bullseye. Now, being that we already know that it is possible. We've documented this one a long time ago, right? So, I mean, this is a part of the game. Do I think it should stay in the game? Of course I do. It should be a part of the game. The only problem that we have is when we start seeing this, because that's the overpower leaning perfect. If I were to overpower it, it's the same angle. So being that we have that, we should not have any of these. So as we start looking at this, what has happened, and I'll let you watch this in real time so you can see what happened at the very end of the stream. So like I said, it was very interesting. We normally, when we did the guess the force grates per 9, we were at 4 force grates, and then we had 3 freight train grates, which is they call them the lag grates. I call them the freight train grates because you let go and it keeps on going. But when we're doing 7 grates per 9, force grates, freight train grates, all of it. I mean, it's too much. You can't play successfully and have that number. There's just no way, because now you're looking at 14 shots out of 18 holes, and that percentage, you can't be successful at that. You just can't. So this is the very last shot of the evening, and this is where the force grate came from. And we're just going to watch it in normal speed and see if you catch it. See if you see anything. And there you have it, right? So if that was it, you say, well, I don't know. Actually, it looked it looked pretty, it looked great. You know, you're watching on your small phone and you can't really see it because, you know, this is what Megan said right here. The simple truth is you shouldn't be expecting any shot that is not in the exact center. So if we're not expecting it in the exact center, why are we keep seeing these overpower leaning perfects? Right? If Megan is offering that piece of information, and she did also speak about in the second place right there, if a special ball, you'll be able to see sparks, which we know that had nothing to do with anything, no bearing on anything. We even have the special ball right here with the Santa ball and documentation of the same shit. So yeah, we got sparks, and yeah, it still was a great. So it really doesn't matter. Thank you, Megan, for that piece of information. On to the meat of the dinner table. So here we go. There's a defined area, and the difference between the great and the perfect is too small for your eye to see. Perhaps if you were playing on a much bigger screen, you'd be able to discern this. We're playing on a big screen. Number one, can we see this? I believe so. Can we see this? I believe so. So now we just showed you the big dog here. What is this? A 57% accuracy on this overpower leaning, right? Perfect. Okay. So when we get to an albatross time for something that actually matters as far as, you know, gaining a stroke, here we are. The last shot of the 18 holes, 27 holes. We played 3 accounts, and we got to this. So as you can see, it's not overpower. It's not overpower leaning perfect, and yet it's still in the same line as the overpower leaning perfect, because we know this to be true from all of the previous documentations that we've had. So, but here's the question: now that we see this, did PD actually do something? Did something happen in an update or anything? Well, we're just documenting this right now because basically it was kind of a shock. We noticed it on stream last night because, we've labeled No Fun Expert for what it is. You get all these accuracy clubs and you can't hit perfect. But the low accuracy clubs, they get away with overpower leaning perfects. It's insane. So basically we had one in 27 holes, which is phenomenal. I mean, that is phenomenal switch of what we've been seeing. We played the 9 links hole, the 9 cup hole links there, and we got that one. We got 2 on the same hole, which was hole 8, and we got that for a safe shot out of the sand. And guess what? That was a great, and we documented that one as well. So what's interesting is that we did not see but one force great in the 27 holes. So the question is, did PD do something? Did they change something? Because we are definitely experiencing something, and maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it was a one night stand there. We don't know. But we know that they wouldn't talk about it. We just can't have that, right? We can't have that there, right? And then continue to see the same spots, the same place, showing a different outcome. It looks bad. It looks bad for business. You're not being truthful. The players do not feel like their games are controlled by themselves. And maybe PD changed it or fixed something last night to where this algorithm has cut down in variance. Had it? Don't know. But we still know that, and we're making documentation of this, that the overpower leaning perfects are still happening. And this so you can see it. It's a big dog 8. Big dog 8. So as we look at this, I mean, it doesn't. Like Megan said, you should never expect it to be anything other than straight up, down, and perfect. Well, if that's the case, you can't show this shit. If I can't expect it, because I see this shit all the time. So that's the problem. That in there, right there, lies the problem. You can't show this shit with 57% accuracy clubs and then go to 100% accuracy club 1 minute and show a perfect, and then the next minute show the great. So anyhow, we're just documenting this, and here's the last one. You can't have perfect and then great all in the same spot. It doesn't work that way. So we just wanted to document that. We had 1 in 27 holes. So did PD change something? We're going to keep documenting this variation and see. And we may do another guess the four greats, jelly bean in the jar, guess the jelly beans, right? Guess the four greats. Because right now, it went all the way down to 1 in 27 holes, which, before we're looking at 7 per 9. So that's a huge, huge drop that we noticed last night during the stream. So anyhow, we will stay on top of this. We will continue to document this, beat the drum, because time and time again, they have showed that they have robbed the Iceman of his dreaded Dunes gold. And we will continue to beat the drum because those shots cost me the gold. We'll beat the drum. So maybe the drum beating actually changed something. We'll see. We'll see. Would they do a press release? Hell no. They would not say anything about it. They would just do it. They wouldn't admit there was a problem. But we're documenting something here. Was it just a good night for their servers? I don't know. But it's just very interesting that we all of a sudden went down to 1 fourth grade. So anyhow, just wanted to document that for you guys and let you see what's happening, what's going on out there. Just because you're on a very, very small device, you may not be able to see it, but they may be poking you. So record those shots, send in those questions to PD, and bang the drum, because we're seeing overpower leaning perfects and everything else. In 1 minute, it's perfect. In 1 minute, it's great. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great night. Thank you for watching, and we will continue to bring you some more expert this tourney, and we'll catch you on the flip. Ice out.